And today we get to talk about a great event that's happening at the Grammy Museum Mississippi. It's hosting a free family day on September the 10th, celebrating Asian heritage. We got some special guests calling in today, all the way from California, and they're coming in for this particular special day. We have Baldwin, who helped produce, and Larissa, who wrote and directed the Far East Deep South documentary. It won many awards. And you guys, with the last time you were on Good Things, we were just letting that documentary out into the world. So welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Hey, it's good to be back.
We're really glad that we had your support early on, and we are now taking the whole country by storm with the Far East Deep South.
I love that. Oh, I love that. Okay, so Larissa, the last time y'all were here, remind us maybe like when that was, when you guys were releasing Far East Deep South, which is a documentary based on the Chiu family's journey through Mississippi. And so, how long has it been?
Well, we had our premiere on PBS in 2021, in May of 2021. So it's been a couple years now since it's been broadcast to the world. In fact, PBS just re-aired it last month. And we're excited we get to show the film, even though some people have been able to stream it on PBS, to show it live in person at the Grammy Museum Theater next weekend.
Yeah, and actually this film was, this will be the Cleveland, Mississippi premiere because we actually filmed the majority, actually a large portion of the film in Cleveland, Mississippi. So this will be the first time the city of Cleveland and everyone that wants to come to the Grammy Museum will be able to see it live and in person because we were on at the Oxford Film Festival, but that was during the pandemic and we had to go virtual then.
Which, bummer. But the good news is we can come back together now and, delayed satisfaction is always the best. So, or gratification, should I say. And so we get this opportunity now. So how did this all come about? How did you guys get connected with the Grammy Museum and then also create this great opportunity for us to learn more about Asian heritage here in Mississippi, particularly the Delta?
Well, we started this because when we first started the film, we saw the Grammy Museum actually being built in Cleveland. And, of course, and I don't know if you knew or actually your listeners may not know that both Larissa and myself, we're also recording artists. So we've been in the music industry for quite some time. I'm a hip-hop artist, rapper, beatboxer, and
I'm a singer and songwriter and longtime Recording Academy Grammy member. And so we're in Los Angeles where the original Grammy Museum is, and we're like, wait a second, there's another one over here. And we're like, that's really cool.
So we have an opportunity for this, for September 10th to not only show our film Far East Deep South, but we're going to kick it off with a concert.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the two of you that is going to be able to show your other creative skills and with the concert.
Yeah.
So you mentioned two totally different kind of musical talents there. So what will the concert be like? Are we going to have some beatboxing and some singing, or is it going to be like what will we get with the concert piece?
Well, we're bringing a DJ too,
yeah.
So it'll be high energy. There'll be dance, there'll be hip hop, there'll be pop, and we might even have a little guest who might be 10 years old. She was a little baby in our movie, but our daughter, Lil One is her stage name, may be joining us for a couple songs as well at the Grammy Museum.
So we're definitely going to try to keep it fun for everyone.
It really is a family day in all sense of the word.
That's right.
Oh, I love that. But I also love this is kind of like you guys coming back. Have you been back to Mississippi since you wrapped up all of your filming? So will this be kind of like a homecoming to all of those that helped, make your Far East Deep South documentary possible?
This will be my first time back since the wrapping of the film. Baldwin did go down to Jackson and Oxford last year, and Vicksburg.
And Vicksburg, yeah. So I've been back to visit a little bit, but not for an event like this.
And not for Cleveland. And, you asked earlier about kind of the significance of the Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage event being the first one of this kind in Grammy Museum. And so those who grew up in the Delta, many people know that the Chinese grocery stores and the Chinese families, beyond just even the grocery stores, have been kind of an integral part of the history of the Delta that a lot of people don't necessarily, remember, those who might be younger or those outside of the Delta. And so I think this was a good opportunity for us to kind of spotlight that heritage and pay respects to all those Chinese families and other Asian families outside the Chinese diaspora diaspora that have contributed to the history of the Delta.
I love how things work, you guys, because yesterday our guest here on Good Things was Jack Spears. He's a young Asian American whose family was one of those families who started small grocery stores in Greenville, Mississippi. And he is now a Delta scholar who is choosing to give back in ways of using his photography skills to show food insecurity and sort of what happens when those grocery stores that were ultimately started by Asian families ended up having to be closed or sort of getting pushed out by bigger box stores. And then today we're talking to you guys, which that was completely coincidental. And I'm like, wow, this is really showing that, this should be more talked about. We should know about our history here in Mississippi more. And there's multiple ways of sort of doing that. So let's talk about that day. You'll have your concert September 10th, but I think it's a 2-day event. What all will be going on this great weekend?
Yeah, so we're going to, from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Grammy Museum, there's going to be a concert. There's going to be some other activities. I believe there's some food. And it'll be free admission for anybody that comes out during that day on September 10th. And then at 3 p.m., we're going to be doing a screening, which is also free, of our film Far East Deep South in their wonderful theater at the Grammy Museum. And we'll be doing a special Q&A afterwards where the audience will get to ask us questions. And like I said, there may be some of our quote-unquote cast members, those people that appear in our film, will be in attendance as well. So people may see some familiar faces. And then, Baldwin, if you want to tell them about the 11th.
On the 11th, some select few lucky schools will have the opportunity to have a thing they call the Backstage Pass, where Larissa and I will be just continuing to talk about music, talk about film, talk about Far East Deep South. Probably do a little beatbox or a little rap for them, too, just to kind of get them going on a Monday morning. But we just, it's part of the Grammys education campaign where we get to utilize our experience in the music and film industry. And there's a lot of sponsors that have been able to make this happen, including TAF, the Asian American Foundation, which their funding helped us also be able to provide free licenses for these schools that are going to attend on the 11th also.
How does one, Baldwin, find out that they can beatbox? Is that something you just figured out in the shower or standing in front of the mirror one day? Like, at what point in your life did you say, this is a skill I feel like I have that others don't?
Well, I know, sometimes I just like to make little the sound from my mouth.
I love it. Don't ask me to do it.
Do you want to hear a funny story?
Okay,
The reason why he knows how to beatbox is because our matchmaker, who was a mutual friend of ours, Maximilian, he's like...
he was the West Coast beatbox champion.
Yeah, he competed globally on beatboxing.
He was a finalist in the world beatbox.
He was Baldwin's, master trainer. So he learned beatbox from him and then match-made us somehow.
Yeah.
Made out of beatboxing. I love that. Wow, that's so cool. But it also goes to show what a wide range of things that will be going on that weekend at the Grammy Museum there in Cleveland. So how do we sign up? Is it free? I mean, how do we need to plan our weekend or our week?
I believe it is.
I think you just show up.
You just show up, and you can go to GrammyMuseumMS.org to find out more information, or feel free to drop in if you're in Cleveland. Feel free to drop in the museum and ask them questions, or give them a call. But yes, come one, come all.
Yeah, not just for the concert, but for the festivities, for the family day. The museum is free too, so people will be able to just check out all the other music exhibits, and of course stick around for the film screening and the Q&A.
We'll fit as many people into the theater as we can, so it is first come, first served seating.
And if we can't make it because you are talking to all 82 counties here on Good Things, how can we watch Far East Deep South? Can we still stream that anywhere or support what you guys are doing or learn more about our history here in the Mississippi Delta?
Absolutely. For a limited time on pbs.org, you can, or on their PBS app, you can actually still stream Far East Deep South until September 9th. It's actually a slightly edited version than the one we're showing at the Grammy Museum. And then for those who might have public libraries that have access to Canopy or universities, Canopy with the K, you can find our film on Canopy. And if you want to stay up to date with where else we'll be screening or other platforms that we'll be releasing our film on in the future, you can go to fareastdeepsouth.com to find all those wonderful options.
Well, congratulations to you guys being a hit. Thank you guys for coming back and celebrating it in the Mississippi Delta. Wishing y'all all the best on the Family Day. And Baldwin, if you're ever back in Jackson and you don't come to visit, I'm going to take offense.
Oh.
Just
okay.
putting that out there.
Make a special trip. All right.
But you guys keep up, stay in touch, and again, congratulations on all your success with your documentary, Far East, Deep South.
Thank you so much.
All right, you guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.